So let me tell you about these little badass motherfucking kids, okay? My son had a problem with this one particular kid since first grade. And after all of the problems that we went through in first grade with all the write-ups and the level ones and twos and things like that, um, I asked the teacher, since he was going to have her for grade two, to separate them. And once they did, my son was not always in trouble because of the times he was getting in trouble before was in conjunction or because he was hanging out with this little fucked up kid. Now, let's fast forward to this year. This past summer, I hadn't liked the kid, and my son had his first little cell phone. And so I didn't like the kid because back in first grade, he called my cell phone and left me a shitty message. Like, what fucking 6-year-old does that shit? Hi, I'm my son's name, friend, and what did he call me? A fat cow or some shit? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like the kid from that. Here we are this year, over the summer, when I started to allow my son to go outside untethered to me on his bike because it's a small town. He can ride his little bike and he can't get into the city. It's not much traffic. So he wants to play with this little fucker. And the little fucker, first I told him no, because I don't like the little fucker. Then a friend was like, I'm sorry, can I play with him, please? And immediately I knew I'd fucked up because immediately this little motherfucker begins to like run around my house and like want to play fucking hide and seek all up in the kitchen and tried to go up in my room, and I ain't having that shit. I mean, I teach my children, you go to a house, you're a guest, you don't just go in the refrigerator, you just don't go walking around in somebody's house because you're a guest. That's not your place. And this child ain't have home training the first. So, first day back. All right. Another situation, after I let the kid back in. Boys are back there playing PlayStation. And this little fucker is just, hopping all over the place. Then he leaves and proceeds to go around and try to talk to my son through the window in the alley. So I asked him, I said, look, I don't want you going up to his bedroom window talking in the alley because it's not cool. Why did this little kid turn around and leave out the door and do exactly what I asked him not to do? Not to go to the window and talk. So that's strike two. We get to another juncture where my son had went over there and he logged into his own PlayStation network. He logs in and it's time for him to go home. Now, mind you, when he goes over there and plays with them, they do little fucked up shit like hide his shoes, hide his phone, to make him late so he can get in trouble with me. I mean, again, who does this shit? And the mama ain't no better. So this kid is in my PlayStation network logged in, which, recovery shit is my shit. Not to mention it's attached to my Google Wallet. So the little fucker goes in and changes everything. Changes the email address, changes the login password, every motherfucking thing. And then when I find out about it, thank you, dear. When I found out about it and called his mama, he said he don't remember what he changed the password to. Are you fucking kidding me? It was just been one motherfucking day. And the mama, this is how much she pays attention to her children. She tells me, why are you still texting me? I took the PlayStation away from him. What else do you want? WTF? Are you fucking kidding me? It took everything I had to not go down there and beat that dumb bitch ass. So I did something else. I sent Rakim's father and his cousin over there. And needless to say, we had the passwords reset a couple hours later. But from that point on, now the little fucker goes to school or tells all their mutual friends, yeah, His mom sent some thugs to my house. Are you fucking kidding me? You're the little motherfucking thugs. You guys are the fucking terrorists. Fucking taking people's shit and hiding people's shit. And so back to the phone. I never did finish about that. He had his first phone over the summer, and they took it and hid it from him. And so I sent him over there to get it, and they kept claiming they didn't have it. And so I told him to stay away from my son and not to come over here because ever since they've been coming over, it's been problems. Why did we come home and find that same phone stomped two pieces in front of the motherfucking front door? Now I'm furious. I didn't see this happen, but I already knew what happened because they had the phone. And at that time I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. And this was before the PlayStation situation with the stomping on the phone. That's why the PlayStation situation turned. It angered me immediately, the onset of hearing about it. Now we're at a place where school has started again. And the shit started again as well. The write-ups and shit. And, my son's father and I, we finally got to the point where, we taught him, don't start shit, but finish it. And I just finally said, fuck it. Next time that little boy talks shit to you and nobody's at school doing shit, beat that motherfucker's ass. And I don't care what nobody's got to say about, oh, you're promoting violence. Fuck that. It's standing up for yourself. I will not have no weak-ass children. I don't have any weak-ass children, obviously. I mean, look where they come from. But fuck that. Nigga step to you, beat that ass. And that's what happened. Now let's just see how long it sticks. Teacher called me. And my son was good. He came in. This fight happened like 3 days ago. He had in-school suspension for it yesterday. So the teacher calls me. And he's already told me the story. Before he was middle in it. And I told her, I said, yeah, he told me about it. And I know. And I also told him the next time when that boy messed with him to beat his ass. Because this shit is ongoing. How hard is it for this school to keep 2 boys separate? You were able to do it for 2 years in a row, and now all of a sudden you can't keep these kids separate, and then you want to, write my son up and say he's a bad kid because he's getting wrote up all the time because the situation could have been avoided if you just separated them two. Yeah. I'm on the verge of homeschooling. But I do have one other option. The little small town I live in is, it does have 2 elementary schools. 1 middle school, 1 high school. So I have one option before homeschooling. And I'll do it if I have to. I don't have any problem with that. I actually feel like my son would get a better education if I homeschooled him because everybody learns differently. And he's definitely not the type that likes to follow a rigid regimen of activities and tasks. So, yeah, little fucked up kids. I don't know, man. This is the first type of situation I've had with any of my children because my children seems to, everybody seems to like them. And like my son right now, everybody likes him. People in town are always complimenting his behavior and his politeness. And then we got this little fat fuck walks around town. No shirt, no shoes. Who allowed? I mean, this is not, it's a small town, but it's not the fun country. I mean, we do have sidewalks and stoplights and stores and shit. Let your child walk around. No motherfucking shoes on. No no shirt. I gotta, don't get me started. Yeah. I'm talking shit about a little kid. I sure am talking shit about his lazy ass fucking mama who ain't got no control over her kids. Situation the other day. I was coming home and my son had came home from school. Now, when I pulled up, I seen these little fuckers, a little fat fucker and his big brother and a big brother's friend, and they was walking. And of course, I mean mugged them. And my son he ran to the door and he was like, oh my God, they keep banging on my window in the alley. So I just called the police. Good. I'm glad you called the police. Now, this happened before the beatdown 2 days ago, but this was like 2 weeks ago. He called the police. Police went over there, and then the big brother from the little fat fucking kid tells him, yeah, we've been in trouble 3 times, and if we get in trouble one more time, my mom's going to be in trouble. Good, that bitch need to be in trouble. She need to get control of her motherfucking kids. Fuck that. Fucking people. Motherfucking ignorant people. Am I wrong? I don't think so. What would you have done if it was your kid and this type of situation has been going on for this long of a time period? Would you keep telling your child to, oh, go tell the teacher? Or would you tell them to go ahead and beat that ass because the bullying won't stop until you stand up for yourself and do so? Get what you get. Kid got kicked in the nose. It was worth 1 day in school suspension if the motherfucker leaves my kid alone. Now, if it don't, we'll get to that bridge we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm out.